these T7s out, you've got a little ratchet there. You want to get a cheap bar, put on the ends, you've got more leverage. Just makes it easier to undo like that. You don't need any power tools on it.
Just crack the carrier bolts on these.
So what we're going to do now is just undo these, unwind these. Now these things are so important to make sure you got lubricated with a bit of LM grease or silicone, because these have to run, make the carrier run smoothly when you brake and unbrake. These don't want to be seized up. You don't want any rust on these as well, so in a minute we'll have a look at the condition of these. There you go. Wants a bit of grease on there.
Yeah, immaculate though.
But can you see there's no
corrosion, is there?
Corrosion on there. You don't need to put rock paste on this, by the way. These are just under 35 Newton meters, I believe.
As we take these out, we just go over the condition of them.
There you go.
They will be completely ample.
There's another one. They're not handed, by the way, they're one size.
Yeah, immaculate though.
Put that on there.
Got it.
See, there's a little bit of grease on there. Lots more grease on it. Right, big screwdriver. Before we take that off, we're going to get a hanger, because we're going to hang it so you don't suspend it on the...
And just to say again, these are in service mode, which is very important.
Before you take the caliper off, get some wire. Where do we usually put it? Around there. Find somewhere suitable it's going to hang from. Got the wrong bit on there. Go that way. You don't want to let the brake caliper hang in mid-air. So this will crack off now. There's a connection on the bottom, on the top here. I'm going to do that one. With the electronic park brakes, that's the module that does the braking. Before you take it off, you need to pull off the cable. Remember, that's got to go back on. So this will just release. Going to put that straight through. Hold it. What you don't want to be doing is pulling this down too much. Which is perfectly, that is.
Nice.
See the slack on there? Now the wear, by the way, is when that gets down to that level, that's your wear limits there. So these are only half worn down. You can see that on the lip. See that? So they're not even worn. But what we are going to do is replace them today.
These handed?
These are, yeah, that's the outside. Sorry, that's the inside, that's the outside. So it's got springs on top. That's your piston. So that's the inside. That one will go there. Like that. And the spring goes on the other side on the piston. Oh, which way is the piston? Yeah, that side. That's how to go. Now, while you've got it off, you want to check your carrier bolts, which I can get on the film. There's one. We're not going to take this off, but if ever you put these on, take this off. You want to put new ones on. Don't use the old bolts, because bolts will stretch. And they're so cheap, so those you would replace if you were going to take this off. That doesn't need to come off because the disc doesn't need to come off. Now you're also checking on that brake line. See that brake line? There's no corrosion. It's in perfect condition. And you're checking all your bushes as well. So you're having a good look at everything. That needs a bit of a wash, but there's no rust at all.
Doesn't go in the salt, this car.
There you go. Let's put the pads in. Let me just get it ready. There you go, it's going. See what we're doing with this tool, we're pushing the piston in slowly to allow for the new pads. Obviously making sure the brake lines are not being buggered up. That should do that. So far that's gone in. Now while we've got it here, can you see what's happened?
It's going to smear some copper grease.
Now with all that crap there, what we're going to do, we're going to clean that up. Going to give this boot a bit of a clean, get all the rubbish away from it, because you won't believe how much
road contamination you get around it.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess you're going to put some silicone on it to clean it, and then put some copper grease on the actual piston, which is a bit of a touches the brake pad.
Give it a bit of a wipe, give it a clean up. Brakes are more important than your tyres on your car. Now while I've got that out, that piston, you want to put some copper grease on there.
That's the only bit that touches the brake pad.
Yeah.
Just so it moves smoothly.
Not too much and not too little.
That's it, so that's done.
That's done that. Now since we've done that, we're going to re-hang this back up here a minute. Check it just hangs there, which it does. Now what I'm going to do is get my, we know that's the pad that goes on the inside, so you don't need to do this bit now, but you do need to do the bottom bit. This is where it goes against the metal carrier. Not too much.
Feel a lot of grit sticking to it.
Now you want to make sure that moves nicely, which it does there.
Nice one. Yeah.
That was done. This is the outer buoy. If you're going to do your brakes, it's worth looking at your brakes every 6 months, because it's so easy to do.
Yeah, general maintenance. I think.
And when they charge you 200 quid at the dealership,
500.
500, sorry. Now, can you see that? You got a bit of grease on there, and that's what you want it to do. You want the pad to move.
I think people should do this every spring after the winter season.
Now, because this has got the carrier's going to go on here. See these bits here? You put copper paste on there. But before we do that, we're just going to clean this up a bit more, because I want it to be clean before it goes on there. Obviously, don't forget you've got to put some copper grease on the ends of these splines, because they will go onto this bit, and you've got them bond in. Copper grease. Now we're going to get our piston. I'll leave that there a minute. Right, let me get, just going to hold that there a second, because what I want to do now is clean these up. These have got to have Adam grease on. Let me just get some Adam grease. These are for these little babies. You only want to smear it on there, because it goes into a rubber boot. Just push that one in for now. Again, you're checking there's no rust on these. Any rust, just buy some new ones. Let me just get my head in there in a minute. Get the top one in first. There's a spring on this, so it's going to make it, you're going to push against it a bit. There you go. Well, let's grab that one. Let me grab the bottom one. There we go. Now with these, you just put animal grease in there. Do them up by hand. You don't need any locking paste on there. Pads are nice and loose, I can see that. Get my ratchet. Now what you want to do with these is you nip them. You get your hand round there. That's nips. Get my head round there a minute. Right, nice way of doing this as well. Get your long arm on there. Put it into the bottom. I'll have to pull that out in a minute. Do that there. You're going to nip it a little bit. That's it. You're going to nip it. Top one. Nip it. Job done. Now don't forget we've got these caps. I've got to go back on there. Put a little bit of grease in the ends. Make sure that cap is on. Grease in the ends. Make sure that cap's on. Now, did you see what happened there? Don't forget the electronic park brake module back on. Take your holder away. I want to show you something in a minute. Got to put this on yet, but look at this a minute. See how the whole thing moves? That's what your brakes are going to be like. So they float on these. Now, bottom's got to go in there first. I think I might need my pliers out in a minute. Go a big screwdriver a minute. Hang on, I have to get my pliers out. Get hold of this little thing. Top one there, bottom one. That's going to go into there. I have to pull this down a little bit more.
So there's a hole the wire has to go into there in the caliper.
Right, wait there a minute. Double check that. She's in. That will float around. That's in, that's in, that's in. Those are in. That's on. Job done. But noticed it's not binding. Go.
So we've just fully serviced all the brakes on the car at 36,000 miles, and we've just done the brake calipers on each side in the right order. Paul, just explain the order.
Yeah, the order you do them is the front drivers first, passenger rear, driver's rear, and the passenger front. You do them in that angle because that's how the car brake lines are put on the car. So just repeat that. Driver's front you bleed first, passenger rear you do, then you do the driver's rear, and the last one you ever do is the passenger front.
Now while we were doing it, we noticed this pad, these had never been done. The nipples, they were rock solid. You had to put penetrating fluid, Paul?
The brake fluid had never been changed in the
Yeah,
car.
so you put penetrating fluid, and then the nipples came out freely.
No,
and this one is binding slightly.
We had to crack the nipples off.
Yeah.
Because the nipple was virtually buggered up in the caliper. So penetrating oil, we left it for 20 minutes, cracked it off without pulling the thread out.
And we've put in what, probably about three quarters of a litre in the fluid.
Well, each caliper we've got that much fluid out. How much? Show me the caliper.
Well, this is just on this one.
See how much fluid
We've done overkill on bleeding the systems.
So also we put the brake on. Just spin it now. There's no resistance on the.
Oh yeah, we pumped a brake, locked it, and now it's free as anything. This one was slightly binding, wasn't it, Paul? But now it's perfect. You've taken it apart.
Yeah.
I'm really pleased with what you've done, that, Paul. We just tested it. We've done all the others. We've just gone back to this one just to test it. 36,000, I think, 400 miles. And on it's July the 1st, 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Paul.
All right. The whole brake fluid system has been changed, been flushed. We've used about 4 of these containers, flushed the system out really good. Today's the 1st of July 2024, so everything's been done on the car. That was a new cooler bottle we put in. The brake fluid's all been done. And we've done it to the correct line. There you go.
Okay, the mileage is 39,000 miles. It's clean. It is clean oil, isn't it? 39,000 miles. We did it about 4,000 miles ago. We gave it a flush. We put in about half a litre of oil. Works well, doesn't it? Removing it, Paul.
Oh, it's easy to do. Think how much a garage charge is.
Yeah.
Gearbox oil this is. Thanks into the gearbox.
Yeah, well done, Paul. On today's date?
9th of October
2024.
Oh no, it's the 13th. Sunday the 13th.
October 2024. 39,000 miles on the car.
And it sucks it.
Yeah. You can see that, Paul. What should the torque setting be on the
35 newton meters.
That's about right.
Front plug. It's either 25 or 35.
Fill plug.
Fill plug. 25 or 35, we'll check on it.
That's quite a lot come out of there. I'm happy with that, Paul.
No, keep going until it
Yeah,
stops.
no, that's right. It's more than I thought it'd come out.
You at the end yet?
No, not yet. I am actually.
Let's reset it.
Yeah.
Let's just go around a minute.
It's fully synthetic.
Try to colour that.
It's fully synthetic, Paul.
Just, okay, that's good.
We don't want too much. Well, you come around here, you've got the sun behind it. There.
Right, new gearbox oil going in.
But what type of gearbox oil is it?
Fully synthetic.
That's it.
90, whatever it is.
Do you want to film a box on the floor?
Oh, hold on a minute. You fill it to the top until it's dribbling out the fill.
Overflow.
Then it's going to be 10 mil from the fill mark. So you've got to take 10 millimeters out. So fill it to the top until it starts dripping. Then we take a little bit out, which will leave us 10 mil left. Look at the colour of that. Beautiful honey colour.
Yeah. Have you got the box it's come from, the oil?
Yeah, it's in a minute.
It's on the wall. On the wall sculpture.
Oh yeah.
You know the wall?
When it starts dribbling.
Yeah.
Fully synthetic.
That's gone, but it's not overflowing.
Obviously with the return line, they're all different. This is a Ford part for Mark IV, but they're all different. But when you buy them, notice they come with all the clips ready. The new one's on the bottom, this is the top. But most important, these clips here are unlocked, ready. All you got to do is push them and they'll actually lock on. Can you see they're not crimped? So they're ready to be released. But this is a return line. Always replace your return line with your bottle, and you're covering the ground in case you've got any leaks anywhere, because these pipes do get hot and they can leak.
Just done the full brake fluid flush change on all the calipers, 36,000 miles, 36,400. Turn that back on again, it's just gone off. 36,400 miles, near enough. The brake fluid has all been fully done. Hang on, there. Brake fluid's all been done. Absolutely immaculate. Really pleased. And the oil's changed every 3,000 miles.